She hits him with the ultimate logic. Isn't it better that she's a girl? If he wants a hug, she can actually hug him back now. If she were a guy, would he still hug her? Is he secretly gay?
Qinzhi is completely losing his mind here. 3 years without seeing his best bro, and his homie somehow turned into a girl? And a gorgeous one at that. Before he can even process this, she snaps at him to stop staring and help carry her bags. She is like, did 3 years really wipe your memory? I am Brother Qiu. Look at me closely.
She insists she is the same old Qiuli. Qiu is in autumn, Li is in pear. But Qinzhi is still struggling because wasn't his buddy supposed to be a guy? Did she get surgery? Honestly, this childhood friend turned waifu trope is an absolute masterpiece, and our boy is living the dream right now. Qiuli tells him that after all these years calling her Brother Qiu, he should start calling her Sister Qiu, but he is still highly suspicious and asks if she really didn't get a sex change. She keeps insisting she was born a girl. Qingzhi is like, why did you never tell me? And she just fires back that he never asked. Since he always treated her like his big brother, she feared telling him the truth would stop him from playing with her. Qinzhi denies being that shallow, and they finally head off. They finally reach her house, and he chases after her, calling out to Brother Tao. Then he suddenly remembers something she once mentioned. He asks if she is in class 8, which shocks her, but she is instantly hyped to find out they are going to be classmates again. Qiuli teases him, asking if he wants to be with her that badly, or if he has already gone and found himself a new big boss. Qinzhi's offended. Does he look like a cheap traitor who just follows anyone? But Qiuli reminds him that she literally bought his loyalty with a cheap snack when they were kids. He begs her to stop bringing up his embarrassing childhood, telling her to clean up instead, especially since he volunteered to help her move in. She playfully teases him, calling him the absolute best, but then she quickly warns him that even though they are close, he better not look at things he shouldn't. Since he worked so hard helping her clean up, she decides to offer him a reward. He immediately gets flustered, wondering what kind of reward she means. She immediately draws the line. Only normal physical rewards are allowed, and absolutely nothing perverted. Qinzhi is offended, asking why she thinks he would even suggest that. Well, probably because he always used to send her those sketchy memes. Qinzhi realized he has a permanent dark history he can never wash off. He tells her to stop calling herself Brother Qiu. To him, the legendary Brother Qiao died 3 years ago. Qiuli just teases him again, asking why being a girl is bad when she can actually return his hugs now. She asks if he would seriously want to hug a dude instead. Qiuli is secretly happy that he missed her, but she wonders why he only misses the old version of her. Is her current self not worth missing? She snaps him out of his thoughts, asking if he wants his reward or not. Honestly, you gotta love her playful chemistry. Qinzhi decides to make her wallet hurt by asking for hot pot at Haidilao since he has never been. She happily agrees, acting like a generous big bro. Suddenly, they hear a loud noise outside. Qinzhi trips and accidentally falls right in front of her. She teases him, telling him there is no need to bow down. She jokes about how dare he rebel against his big bro. But then Qinzhi realizes someone is at the door. Why did his mom suddenly show up? She says she only came to bring him a delivery, asking if he is not even going to invite her in. Qinzhi nervously welcomes her inside. His mom immediately suspects he is dating behind her back. Qiuli politely greets her, but his mom does not recognize her at first. Qinzhi quickly explains that this is actually Qiuli, their old childhood friend, pointing out how insanely different she looks now. His mom is shocked and immediately tells Qinzhi to fetch some yogurt for Qiuli. He groans internally, wondering why both of these women are bossing him around, and why she grew her hair out. Qiuli laughs and says she only kept it short back then because it was way easier. Qinzhi then notices her cat and asks when she got it. She tells him she rescued it off the street back in 10th grade. He immediately begs to hold it, and after some pleading, she finally lets him. Look at this adorable little furball! Qinzhi can't help but spoil the cat, while Qiuli watches them with a soft smile. The cat lets out a soft meow as Qinzhi's dad walks through the front door, complaining about how scorching hot it is outside. Qiuli greets him politely, leaving his dad completely stunned. Qinzhi explains she is their old friend Qiuli, making his dad freeze, because wasn't Qiuli a boy? His mom clarifies that she was always a girl, just a tomboy, and invites her to stay for dinner since her parents aren't back yet. Qiuli happily accepts, saying she doesn't want to be a bother. After all, this is definitely not the first time she's staying over.
She reminisces about the last time they hung out late, where they played so long she almost ended up sharing a bed with her little bro. After dinner, his mom suggests Qinzhi take Qiuli to get her commuter pass sorted out. Qiuli agrees, but Qinzhi quickly steps in.
He volunteers to drive her over on his electric scooter. His mom smiles and tells them to eat up, suggesting they take a quick shower first. Wait, take a shower together? Qinzhi is instantly caught off guard by his mom's casual suggestion. Qiuli playfully teases him about showering together, calling him a huge pervert before running off to go first. Qinzhi can only stammer in response. Just listen to her humming happily in the shower while our boy's outside trying to keep his heart rate down. After getting ready, Qiuli demands to drive the scooter. Qingzhi brings up how she crashed them into a mud pit as kids, but she begs him anyway.
She uses her ultimate weapon, puppy dog eyes. He completely folds and lets her take the keys, making her celebrate instantly. As she hops on, she accidentally messes up his hair. She quickly apologizes, trying to smooth things over.
He lets it slide this time, but tells her to hurry up and get on. She revs the engine, joking about taking him for a wild ride. She demands to know why he is not hugging her, warning him she will not start the ride otherwise. Damn it, she low-key regrets letting Qingzhi hug her, since his warmth is radiating right through her clothes and making her ticklish. Like, how could she possibly blush just because he is holding her waist? This place is way better than her old school, which makes sense since Goblin First High is literally the best school around, so she is on her own from here. She begs him to come inside because talking to the homeroom teacher alone makes her too nervous, prompting him to tease her about needing her little brother's help. She fires back that a loyal lackey should always back up their boss, before nervously introducing herself to Teacher Lee. Honestly, this dynamic is so funny, but the teacher welcomes her, identifying her as Qiuli and asking her to sit down. Since there are no empty desks and they already know each other, the teacher asks Qinzhi to help Qiuli move one, which completely stuns him.
Wow, she is actually mad. If she has snacks next time, she is absolutely not sharing unless Qingzhi begs first.
But he immediately folds, claiming it is his duty to serve his boss. Man, these kids have so much energy. Even the 30-year-old single teacher is jealous. Anyway, she already prepped everything for them beforehand. She sent their ID photos to Teacher Lee so they can skip signing in now. Time to move. She tells him to grab the chair while she carries the heavy desk instead. He literally dared to mock her small frame. Fine, you carry the desk. Thanks. It's easy. Oh, save it. Don't run so fast or you will trip. Text me later, got it? Good night. What? Next morning, she runs into him and asks if he ate yet. He says yes, then asks if she wants buns. He offers to pay, so she shamelessly orders 3 red bean ones. That is 5 buns total, bagged and ready. She suddenly claims she is too full and forces the rest on him. Bro has to eat them. Calling him a good boy, she wonders why his meeting with the teacher is taking forever. The teacher hands him the study prep and suddenly suggests he sit with Qingzhi as desk mates. Sitting next to Qingzhi? That is literally the best case scenario for his high school life. The only other option was sitting alone in the very back like some loner, so he accepts immediately. Even the teacher can tell these two have some insane chemistry together. He plays it cool, but then the teacher calls for silence. A new student is coming. A girl named Qiuli introduces herself, and here comes the plot twist we did not see coming. Wait, Qiuli sits next to him? Plot twist! Later on, he jokes about her buying lunch, but the boy does not even have his school card yet. Turns out, he was planning to leech off her card all along. Lao Yang whines that Xiao Zhizhi is changed, asking if she wants him eating overpriced convenience store ramen. She says yes, her underling should think. Think about his boss. He just wants a free meal from his boss, and she actually agrees to pay. Honestly, Lao Yang is usually a total coward, but when it comes to free food, he is built different. While eating, they spot 2 classmates sitting together. Lao Yang immediately wonders if they are secretly dating. He claims Lin Wen is about to dump the guy, bragging that he is actually the wingman. Without him, that guy would be single. Xiao Zhizhi is highly skeptical of his dating advice. But here is the thing. Lao Yang argues that eating together in public basically means they are already a couple. Xiao Zhizhi straight up calls him a pig brain, pointing out his relationship logic is completely broken. He insists they must have feelings for each other, then suddenly asks if she likes him too.
No shot she likes him. She tells her underling to stop dreaming since they are currently eating together too. Boss and underling do not do romance. It just proves his whole logic is totally flawed. He even questions how she ever got top grades with that brain, teasing that she is getting cocky. She laughs it off, telling him to shut up and eat. Honestly, their banter is top tier.
This boss is more childishly cute than a 10-year-old, and he just has to take it when she acts up over milk tea.
Shouldn't a lackey spend money on the boss? Gangsters always please their boss. But he says he is no gangster.
She is no gang boss either. Plus, lackeys only follow for the benefits, so she is demanding her underling fee for all her years of loyalty.
She claims she never charged him before, so what's wrong with collecting now? Honestly, her logic is low-key hitting, because if he doesn't give his only lackey some perks, she might totally abandon him. He absolutely refuses to be a broke boss. Next stop, a cozy local bookstore. She used to sneak in there to steal AC and read for free. When Qinzhi asks if he can join, she says absolutely. They head inside. The owner asks if he brought a girlfriend, but Qinzhi corrects her. She is his boss. This dynamic is too cute. Qiuli finds a book where the girl acts just like her. It even jokes that anyone who doesn't like the post is gay. Wait, seriously? No shot he is skipping that like button then. Gym class is starting, but when Qingzhi teases her, she asks if he's trying to rebel. He offers to blow on her forehead, warning her that if he actually gets mad, the consequences will be super severe. She quickly plays along, calling him a generous boss, but then complains he is messing up her hair. He jokes his hand was possessed, but she is not buying it. Still, as the generous boss, she lets him off this once. When another guy asks Qiuli to the snack shop, Qinzhi gets low-key jealous, wondering what she's even gonna buy. His classmate tells him to stop getting in the way. Qinzhi remarks how bold couples are nowadays, but his friend says classmates sitting on each other's laps is totally normal. Turns out his friend was just kidding. Looking at Qinzhi sleeping, Qiuli thinks he is adorable and contemplates giving his cheek a little poke. She is sure he won't notice. Just one tiny poke won't hurt, right? Qinzhi wakes up wondering if class is over, but notices her ears are completely red like a little pig's. Flustered, she immediately fires back that he is the pig. To change the subject, she orders Qinzhi to carry her backpack, demanding a reward for tomorrow. She is talking about the hot pot he promised her. Qinzhi tells her not to worry, she can eat as much as she wants since it is his treat. Qinzhi casually invites her over to his house for dinner, and she immediately accepts. But first, she needs a quick shower. He tells her to hurry up or he'll eat it all, while his mom is already busy cooking.
Qingzhi asks his mom if she cooked enough rice for Qiuli, but she complains he didn't warn her sooner.
Qinzhi offers to eat less since Qiuli has a small appetite anyway, but his mom insists they have enough food to share. Qiuli arrives soon after and politely greets his parents.
Qinzhi's mom welcomes her, telling her she didn't need to bring gifts, while Qinzhi eagerly grabs her a bowl.
Qiuli immediately spots the family rabbit, Xiaobai, and calls it over. Qinzhi warns her the pet is a bit dirty, but she insists Xiaobai is just welcoming her into his room. She heads inside, claiming she wants to feel nostalgic about all the toys they used to play with together. His mom happily brings out his childhood stash, asking if he wants to play with his old favorites. She pulls out a dinosaur toy, but Qinzhi quickly denies liking it. But then Qiuli finds a photo of the two of them from gym class, immediately demanding a serious explanation.
Caught red-handed with a secret photo of her face, Qinzhi panics, trying to play it cool.
He claims he was just brushing an ant off her cheek, but she is absolutely not buying his excuse. Since she is the boss, Qingzhi argues they should be completely honest with each other anyway. Feeling guilty, Qiuli mumbles she only gave his cheek a small poke. Now that her secret poke is exposed, she quickly tries to redirect his attention to finding the person who took the photo. Qinzhi agrees to let the photo slide, but he refuses to let her off for poking his face. Qiuli reminds him of his own advice to forgive and forget, but he insists she is a special exception. He asks why he would ever want to trick her.
She rolls her eyes, saying she has no idea what he is thinking.
Tell me what you want, she says. As long as it is not too crazy, she will accept. Honestly, where does this little girl get all this confidence? Since she put it like that, he has to speak up, but she immediately tells him that anything NSFW is strictly off limits for now. He is like, who is even trying to do anything bad? He just wants to pinch her cheek. She acts like it is boring, but agrees to just one pinch. 5 times? No shot, that is too much. They haggle down to 3 pinches, and she instantly feels like she got played by this guy.
He pinches her, and she is just barely tolerating him. He claims he still has 2 more pinches left, but she shuts him down, saying they are all used up. Then he drops a bomb, casually asking if he could just crash at her place tonight. She huffs, and he quickly backtracks, saying he was just messing around. He complains she is too stingy for getting mad over a joke, but she promises to treat him to Heidi-Lo tomorrow.
Honestly, their chemistry is already elite, and we are just getting started.
The next morning, his mom asks why he is up so early, and he says he is meeting Qiuli. She asks if he needs more allowance and offers to transfer him some cash. He only asks for $50 to take her to the arcade, but his mom tells him to have a blast.
She says to ask for more if needed, and offers him some freshly cooked breakfast congee.
He passes, saying he is saving room for a free feast, making his mom tease him that he will never get a girlfriend.
He laughs it off, reminding her that she was the one who strictly banned him from high school dating anyway.
She claims she was just talking, and that she would not actually complain if he found a girl he liked. He says it does not matter since it is just Qiuli, but his mom points out she is still a girl. He views her like a brother, but his mom says behind that joke they are literally childhood sweethearts. Qiuli shows up wearing a dress for the first time, excitedly asking him how she looks.
He calls it basic, making her complain that he is taking her beauty for granted, so he quietly admits she looks great.
She tells him to celebrate out loud then, just as the restaurant server welcomes them inside.
They are guided to their table and she quickly slides into the seat.
She teases that having an underling has so many perks, and being a hand warmer is just the start. She lists off massage and hair drying next, laughing that she is going to completely stuff his belly today. He begs her to phrase things normally because that sounded incredibly wrong, but she just laughs it off. Seeing the prices, he admits he has never been here and asks her to just order the best stuff. She orders a massive spread, telling him they can just pack the leftovers so she does not have to cook later. She makes him sit right next to her, warning him not to squeeze her all the way against the wall. Skipping the serving utensils, she explains that the meat only needs 3 minutes to cook until it floats. She tells him to dip the bean curd skin for just 3 seconds before eating, urging him to try it. He asks why she is so intense, but she claims she is just looking out for her favorite underling. He tries to feed himself, but she immediately shoves another piece of food right in front of his face. She tells him to eat up before she devours everything, eagerly asking if he likes the taste. He agrees it is great, and she boasts her sauce could make a shoe sole taste amazing, earning a sassy comeback.
These two are just too cute together, and the vibes are honestly immaculate.
She keeps feeding him, absolutely determined to make sure he enjoys every single bite of his meal. She thinks to herself that while hot pot is common, the chance to hand-feed Qingzhi is a rare victory.
When he suddenly pauses, she immediately pouts and asks why he stopped eating.
She asks if he is grossed out by the meat just because her chopsticks touched it first. She immediately goes into full drama mode, acting like she is completely heartbroken by his reaction. She literally calls him a jerk, crossing her arms and looking away with a massive pout. He is totally flustered, asking how she can just tear up out of nowhere like that. She complains that he refused to eat any of the meat she gave him, proving he hates her saliva. Qiuli whines that Qiqi has totally changed, even pulling the classic childish thread of never playing together again. Zizi quickly starts eating to prove he is not actually trying to be distant.
But he points out that if he actually minded, they would not have shared water bottles back in the day.
Qiuli tells him to stop overthinking because an underling is never allowed to look down on his boss. But eating out like this low-key makes them look like a couple, and Gigi is strictly against early romance.
He tries to ignore his racing heart, while Qiuli asks if he is actually upset about something.
Zizi claims he is a generous underling, but Qiuli jokes that only bosses get to be generous. Gigi fires back that makes Qiuli an even bigger fool, but Qiuli just says he is thirsty, and
he wants juice.
Qiuli says he does not mind sharing drinks, but they are both too stuffed with meat to move.
Qiuli ordered extra so Qiqi would not starve, but now they are both ready for a fat nap.
Qiuli wants to crash on Gigi's bamboo mat, leaving Gigi wondering where he is supposed to sleep.
Qiuli admits his 3 years abroad were boring, and being back home for a week is way better. He felt totally out of place there, mostly because he did not have his trusty underling to run errands.
Gigi jokes that his boss would literally die without him, and Qiuli tells him to wait there.
He steps away for a quick minute.
When Qiuli gets back, he jokingly pokes Gigi's face and hands him a mystery shopping bag. It is a pair of shoes worth 720 yuan, which costs more than Gigi's entire collection.
Qingzhi tells him to return them immediately because he does not need such an incredibly pricey gift.
He asks why the sudden gift, wondering if it is because of their little disagreement at the hot pot place.
Qingzhi insists he was not mad, but Qiuli tells him to shut up and try them on. Qiuli easily figured out his shoe size just by looking down at the tag on Gigi's old sneakers. When Qingzhi offers to go shopping together, Qiuli playfully refuses to carry any bags for a subordinate. He warns Qingzhi not to get cocky, especially with their mock exam results dropping later that afternoon. Qingzhi aims to steal the top spot in class, though he cannot stop flexing his expensive new kicks. His friend is shocked by the price tag, asking if Qingzhi even thanked Qiuli properly for them. Qingzhi plans to just buy him an even more expensive gift in return later. With a crowd gathered around the grade sheet, Qingzhi suggests they wait until the hall clears out. Qiuli reveals he secured first place, officially making Qingzhi his underling until the next big exam. Qingzhi looks at a pretty abstract drawing, hoping people can at least tell it is a human. He asks how the test went while walking backward, ignoring Qiuli's warning that it is dangerous. He claims the flat road is totally safe, but immediately trips and insists a near fall does not count. Since Qiuli's parents are back, Qingzhi agrees to visit, but insists on buying some nice fruit first.
Qiuli suggests mangoes, but mentions they are close enough to skip the polite formalities.
Qingzhi wants to make a good impression, while Qiuli jokes his underling is getting too polite.
Qiuli teases that he is just worried about looking bad, promising his parents are not judgmental at all.
Qingzhi says bringing fruit is just standard etiquette, but Qiuli has a much better idea. He demands an ice cream instead, begging for a fancy cup, while Qingzhi offers a cheap popsicle. Qiuli complains the portion shrunk, but Qingzhi points out he probably just grew a massive appetite. Qiuli invites him over to try his dad's cooking, but Qingzhi says he needs a quick shower. He plans to just say a quick hello and leave without staying for the actual meal. Qiuli laughs at the goodbye since they still have evening self-study together later. Later that evening, he makes his way over. Qiuli's mother warmly welcomes Qingzhi inside, immediately suggesting they measure his height. She is amazed by how incredibly fast he is growing. So Qingzhi drops by the house, and his mom immediately pesters her to blow-dry her wet hair. She warns her that she's going to soak the back of her shirt, so she helps her dry it. During dinner, they serve some ribs, bragging that their dad's cooking is absolutely elite. But the conversation quickly shifts to the dread of upcoming exams and the recent grades. Our boy got a 660 last time, but this exam was way harder. His mom tells Qiuli to take notes. She grumbles that she was only a few points behind him, looking low-key salty about the whole thing. They bicker over who's actually lazy, but Qingzhi steps up to help wash the dishes like a total champ. He offers to buy her favorite snacks, but she jokingly warns him he's going to break out from eating them.
Afterward, Qingzhi pulls her aunt aside to ask a question that's been burning in his mind about Qiuli.
Was she deliberately hiding a massive secret from him this whole time? Turns out, Qiuli is actually a girl. She grew her hair out just to experience being a normal teenage girl. At this point, we gotta ask, did she change herself for a guy? And if so, who is he? Later, she seems totally down, and even suggests skipping their evening study session to hit the books at home. He notices her vibe is completely off, and offers to skip class with her just to keep her company. She claims she's just lost in thought, while he jokingly asks if she's thinking about some girl. Their grades drop because the test was brutal, and he can't help but tease her about the gap between them. He points out her thick calluses, but she gets confused, thinking he was talking about the scissors she's holding. He teases her hands, and then their friend drags Qingzhi to the store to interrogate him about Qiuli.
The friend bluntly asks if they're dating, and Qingzhi is left completely speechless by the sudden question.
The friend insists they have crazy couple chemistry, but Qingzhi tries to play it cool and laugh it off. He frantically tries to explain that a recent photo of them was totally misunderstood and completely innocent. But the friend has a whole list of receipts, pointing out how they do literally everything together. The friend hands him a gag toy, but Qingzhi immediately calls him out for using such outdated pranks. Later, he meets up with Qiuli, who starts craving junk food even though she rejected his offer earlier. He teases her about getting oily skin, but she fires back with receipts from their last hot pot date. She suddenly sighs, admitting she's exhausted and wants to skip the very last class of the day. Qingzhi gets worried, asking if she's just tired of talking to him or avoiding him.
Before he can spiral, some classmates interrupt and ask if he can run an errand to buy a memory book.
Qiuli instantly agrees to help them out, even offering to walk to the shop outside the school grounds. Qingzhi is low-key annoyed, calling her an idiot for not knowing how to say no to people. He asks if she's feeling sick, but she stubborn-minds it and denies being bothered at all. He complains that their afternoon joyride is ruined now, and the two immediately start bickering back and forth. They head to the store anyway, with Qingzhi cluelessly trying to figure out what markers even are. He keeps grumbling about why she had to say yes so incredibly fast to those guys. She promises it's just this once, while he strictly tells her to stop being everyone's errand girl. Inside the shop, they spot a cute e-chain that looks exactly like a little white fox. Qiuli asks for his opinion on which one looks better, showing him a carrot and a rabbit. He tells her to just buy both, but she insists on choosing one first, like a perfectionist. A random kid walks up and compliments them both, calling them gorgeous and handsome, making them blush. The shop owner laughs, saying the kid literally tells that to everyone who walks in. Qiuli tries on a new hair tie and asks if it looks good, but he acts totally oblivious. She calls him out for being a total tsundere, teasing him that the attitude is way out of style. He claims he's not a tsundere, but she catches him staring at her new look anyway. She playfully asks if he was secretly admiring her, and he nervously tells her to watch the road. He replies that life would be boring without teasing her, leaving her to call him childish with a smile. Ying shows up with massive dark circles because he stayed up late, so our girl tells him to sneak a nap in class later. She even promises to cover for him in class, but she is way too tired to go out later. He begs her to stay, offering her cash. 2 bags of spicy strips are his target, calling it his well-deserved tip for carrying her heavy stuff. At this point, he refuses to lose to her over just one multiple-choice question. But she teasingly reminds him of the massive score gap, calling him a dummy since exams are right around the corner. He feels totally roasted. She hands him a drink, but she playfully refuses to share it. He accuses her of stealing his chicken leg, but she jokingly blames a hungry pig. She warns him about his soda habit, but he claims he barely drinks it. He blames her for buying the sodas, so she teases him about blaming her for everything. "Will you blame your single life on me too?" she says, teasing him. He brags about his good looks, but she just laughs. Their dynamic is honestly so adorable. Apparently, he used to exercise back in the day, but completely slacked off. She laughs, remembering how chubby he was in elementary school, but he fires back that she was the one feeding him. Now she's complaining about him shifting the blame again. They are literally acting like toddlers. Suddenly, she catches him staring and tells him to go to sleep. He immediately panics. Mosquitoes are keeping him wide awake, making sleep impossible. When he shows off his fresh bug bites, she pulls out some repellent spray. He wonders how she has everything, and she jokingly suggests putting the cooling spray on his eyelids. But he knows that would just burn his eyes, so he decides standing up in class is a much safer option.